Colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. Welcome to Pemberton Township High School. My name is Educator Joseph, building principal. We are honored to host the ceremony this year. I know last year about this time when it was announced at the ceremony that Cherie Wilkins was the Burlington County Teacher of the Year. At first I was very excited for her. I was like, congratulations, Cherie. I think we were back there kind of fist pumping. And then at that moment, I kind of realized that meant that we were hosting it this year, right? So a couple things started going through my mind. I was talking to Mr. Flynn today, and then you start looking at the details a little bit differently. So I'm not sure who the County Teacher of the Year is and what school district, but congratulations and get ready, right? But we want to kind of thank those who kind of helped get this program and ceremony together. So first we want to thank all those who helped during the meet and greet and registration period, including our students from Helen Ford Middle School and our National Honor Society students from the high school. I would like to thank Chef Sharp and his culinary students, Mr. Rudy Zotter and his bakery students, Ms. Dawn Viveros and her horticulture students, along with Lieutenant Colonel Friedhoff and First Sergeant Gaskin and the JROTC students for the parking detail and color guard, Ms. Pinto, Mr. Quattrochi, and Ms. Taglarino, and students for the entertainment in the lobby and on the stage. I want to thank all of those behind the scenes that helped put this program together. And there was a couple different things. Whenever I get a chance to talk to my staff members here at the high school, I try to remind them of two things. I always say that education is, I believe, the most difficult job. But then two, it is the most important and the most rewarding job. So we kind of always talk about pushing forward and pushing through whenever we have adversities. So that being said, I congratulate all of you for the recognition this morning, and to echo our district mission statement, I know you will continue to pursue excellence, one child at a time. I think at this time, I believe we have our students from the high school who will be performing a number.
One care and equal temper. moved the earth and heaven. We are rich, we are, though much is taken, much abides.
To sail beyond the sunset,
To sail beyond the western stars. Oh, sail, seek a newer world, and smite the sounding furrows. We are not now the strength.
some work of noble note or worth may yet be done. And see the great Achilles, whom we knew,
Just to strive, to seek, to find and not to yield. Though much is taken, much abides.
to sail beyond the sunset,
To sail beyond the western stars. Sail, 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 sail.
So before we bring up our superintendent, Tony Trongone, I don't know if you noticed the music was playing, it did go off, right? But the beauty of being an educator and those that you know that you teach, nothing that is planned, right, sometimes goes as expected. But the great thing is that Ms. Pinto, along with the students, they kind of push through, right? So when adversity hits, you kind of keep going. So congratulations, good job. All right, that being said, I'm going to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Tony Trongone, up to the stage.
That was a great job. It actually chokes me up when I see our kids perform, and there's I guess, a certain perception about Pemberton, and I think that you're witnessing the excellence of our kids and our educators here at Pemberton. That being said, I'll get us started by saying good morning and welcome to Pemberton Township Schools. I would like to begin first by thanking the outstanding and dedicated work of Mike Pinto, Jeannie McNella, and Don Altenberger for creating such a festive and setting that we have here. It took a few weeks, and they were working till well into the night last night, so I want to thank you. Thank you. Moving on. As you know, the theme for today's event is Heart of a Champion. One can easily relate today's theme to doing what it takes to become a champion in one's craft, possessing grit, determination, and the necessary technical knowledge and skills. But there is another interpretation of what it means to have the heart of a champion, and that is to champion for others, your students, your colleagues, and your school. I want to reference Ron Ferguson out of Harvard, who is known worldwide for his work in closing the achievement gap and also the Tripod Project. Ferguson's Tripod Project is grounded in the comprehensive conceptual framework that emphasizes the importance of an instructional tripod of content knowledge, pedagogical skill, and relationships. Content, process, but I think the leverage point in that framework, I believe, lies in the third leg, relationships. And now to me personally and the tripod. Like everyone else in our craft, We look, we listen, and we learn, and we reflect, and we try to, look for self-improvement. And so that being said, about 10, 12 years ago, I was watching my son being coached and being taught by a Hall of Famer, Gary Papa. I felt that I was on par with Gary in regards to technique and teaching technique. But what separated Gary, or me from Gary as a champion teacher, was his level of spirituality with his pupils, his colleagues, and his relationships with others, and the ability to make those connections. It is what separated just being winning and a lead status, championing for others. So, why do I think you're all here today? Because you all have been here, recognized by your peers as a champion in your field. Not only for what you know, not only for how you do it, but how you connect with your students, your colleagues, and for you champion their purpose. You have the heart of a champion. So congratulations on earning Teacher of the Year to the teachers and educational support staff, and also congratulations to Cherie Wilkins. We're proud of you being this year's Burlington County Teacher of the Year. So I thank you, and I would like to introduce my next, our next honor speaker, Mary Steinhauer, Burlington County Education Association President. Mary.
Good morning, fellow educators of Burlington County. First, I would like to get an idea of who we are here to honor today. Would all our honorees please stand? Always impressed. If you have been 5 years or more in education, please stay standing. Obviously, I didn't lose anybody on that one. If you have 10 years in or more, please stay standing. Oh, I only lost a couple. Okay. How about 15 years? Okay. You are the vintage group. You're aging perfectly. Okay. 20 years plus. Ooh, we still have an awful lot of people standing. You are heading to classic. You have withstood the test of time. How about our 25 and more? Please stay up. Let's give them a hand. These guys are our educational experts. They're the ones who are leading our profession. Thank you for your dedication and heart that you give to your school each day. Let's give them another hand. Now you may be seated. As you can see, there is a lot of experience represented in this room today. Let's put this into a little bit of perspective. Since I teach math, let's do a little math with that. With at least 180 days a year, times 25, that would give you 4,500 days in a 25-year career. Let's break it down a little further. Let's do it 7 hours a day, which is minimum because I know all of you do more outside of school as well as in the school. So we're going to just do 7 and times that. That would be 31,500 hours. I don't think that even sums it all up. So let's go a little further. Let's take it times 60 for minutes. This is where it gets very interesting. This would take me to 1,390,000 minutes of time for a 25-year career of spending doing the most important job in the world, loving, nurturing, and educating the future of this world. So it looks like we have billions of minutes that have been spent in the classrooms and in our communities for our children. Let me express that with wow. And as always, let's say that backwards. Wow. I'm tasked with the delivery of an inspirational speech to you, my fellow educators. But truthfully, you are the ones who have inspired me. You lead and inspire the others in your schools and your communities. You make the Burlington County schools the best in the state, I believe even in the country. We are here to honor the job that you are doing and do. This will be my last year as the Burlington County Education Associate President. But in the 8 years I've spoken to this group, I continue to see a more impressive group than the first. I started here in Pemberton, and I will be finishing here in Pemberton today. You are the best of the best to enjoy this honor and keep up the awesome work you do every day for the children and their families in this county. I have been honored to serve as your president and will miss this day the most. You have inspired me. Keep up the great work you do every day, every hour, every minute you spend in our schools for their most precious resource, our children. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. Almost made it through without the tears. Sorry. I would like to introduce Mr. Brett Thorpe, the principal of Alexander Dembo School in Pemberton. He is to introduce our Teacher of the Year.
Good morning, and congratulations to all our honorees, and thank you for being a champion for our students each and every day. It is my honor to introduce our next speaker. I have had the distinct honor of working with Ms. Cherie Wilkins since 2015. As the building principal, I have seen her success in the classroom and the many leadership roles she takes on with pride. Ms. Wilkins serves as the lead representative for the Pemberton Township Education Association at our school. She has embraced this leadership opportunity and has united the wider school community in events such as Read Across America and our second annual We Are All a Piece of the Pie event on 3/14. She has successfully recruited local celebrities and business leaders to share their love of reading as guest readers. These same community members also joined us to share some pie and share their mission of their organization and resources for all of our students, families, staff to benefit from. Some of the organizations that joined us on 3/14 were the Pinelands Family Success Center, the Historic Village of Whitebog, the Pemberton Township Alliance Group, and American Income Life Insurance Company, to name a few. Ms. Wilkins has also been instrumental in implementing service learning projects in our school. Last school year, her 5th grade students led a campaign to collect stuffed animals for those less fortunate in area shelters. They researched the locations, wrote letters to the school community encouraging donations, and then marketed their campaign in school to recruit the involvement of their peers. Ms. Wilkins served as a facilitator in this role and let her students run with the idea. Similarly, after the recent tragic events in Florida, her students composed letters to Assemblyman Troy Singleton. Ms. Wilkins gave her students a voice when she met with Assemblyman Troy Singleton to share their letters. Additionally, she gives our wider community a voice when hosting open mic nights at the local community centers. Please join me in welcoming Alexander Dembo Elementary School 5th grade teacher and the Burlington County Teacher of the Year, Cherie Wilkins.
I just want to say it is such a great feeling to be in the presence of so many awe-inspiring people today. And teaching is honestly one of the most selfless careers that you could choose to embark upon. And there's a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunities like this one to be recognized by the majority for some of the life-shifting things that you do on a daily basis. So let's get some snaps all around the auditorium for all the teachers in here. And that's all the Teachers of the Year and the Educational Support Staff of the Year. And please promise me that you will enjoy your Blue Moon experience. And for the rest of this year and next year, please refer to yourself as the Educator or the Teacher of the Year. Just walk around saying it, the Teacher of the Year. But there are people who see you as the Teacher of the Year every day you walk into your classroom. Sometimes they don't have the words to communicate it. They see you as the Educator of the Year. Sometimes they don't have the ink to print your name on a fancy certificate or the ability to organize a ceremony, but to them, you are the Educator of their year every single day. You shape their worlds, their present realities. You feed their minds. You heal their wounds that lay on the hearts from some of the trauma they've experienced to inspire them to keep growing, thus moving forward. Those little, or if you're short like me, big, so those little big people, our students, have placed a value on your life that no amount of money can equate to. At around 7 years old, everyone in my house went to prison, including my mother. It wouldn't be much longer that I was violated in the most heinous way that a child could have been treated. I came to school each and every day, never saying a word about my trauma. Sometimes I was right in the very same seats, in the very same schools where I teach today. But the only difference is there were different teachers, there were different educators. There were educators just like you who loved me and made me forget all about my trauma. There were educators just like you who made me forget about the prison sentences, the shelters I'd call home. There were teachers just like you who washed my winter coat, purchased me clothing from their meager salaries. There were educators. There were teachers who gave me books to escape to where girls had a purpose and enjoyed adventure and would be a part of something purposeful, AKA the Babysitter's Club. There were selfless educators just like you who decided to be teachers because you have a love to give to all children of different ages, different background, different nationalities, and let's face it, difficult personalities. You have a love to give that will undoubtedly stretch beyond a lifetime and will serve as a huge Band-Aid for the countless members of our youth population, for the wounds that they may be too afraid to tell you about. So I thank God for educators like you, because it wasn't what they taught me that landed me here before you today, but it was instead how they nurtured me during each phase of my life. So teach on, teachers. So as a poet myself, during National Poetry Month, I was relishing in the works of some of my favorite poets, including Maya Angelou. I was so wrapped up this year in her poem, Still I Rise, and I was inspired to write a poem just for you. And it's appropriately titled, And Still Teachers Rise. So if you like what I'm saying while I'm sharing this poem, you do this. If you can relate to what I'm saying while I'm sharing this poem, you do this. If you just want me to know that you're paying attention and you're here, what do? You do this. And still teachers rise. For the 180 days and countless hours beyond, we rise. We rise to the occasions when our students need a bit of persuasion to do their best on every single last test, persuasion to see that homework is in their best interest. We stay up for hours perusing Pinterest, trying to find ideas to make geometry and world history compete with Snapchat and Fortnite. We stay up all night grading papers, then submitting detailed lesson plans. We are educators we are teachers who pay teachers because we see the worth in everything that we create. We pump up the new teachers by showing them the tricks of the trade to stay begging, borrowing, and stealing ideas because it's the only way that you stay sane and keep up with what's new in this game called teaching. We will use our voices to speak to power. I'm going to say that again. We will use our voices to speak to power. We will stay relevant in this hour where some citizens are still locked in a thought that teachers and educators are just glorified babysitters. We will still love those babies as if they're our very own. We will continue to unite with our teachers' unions. We will hold each other's hand tightly and pray when we find out that our fellow peers, students, and school communities are gripped with tragedy. We won't run from the profession in fear. We will continue to be influencers in the field of education for years and years and years. We rise for work on time after performing countless duties after hours. We rise when it's as if our college degrees don't seem to make us professionals, and we sit through PD after PD after PD after PD. We will rise to the occasion when we are the ones who need a little bit of persuasion. Persuasion to understand that what we do matters, that our voices are bold as our stories as amazing teachers unfold. We are the light to the little children and when the world seems like a dark place. The God in us flows through our classrooms to help finish the good work that He promises to finish on the inside of each and every one of our students. We rise to perform the duty. We create experiences for the next generation that will influence the masses. We make our classrooms mimic homes. We create room in our hearts each and every day at the start of every day to stay loving, to stay teaching, to stay inspiring, to stay spewing the unique love that only we educators know how to give. So continue to be a teacher who rises. Lastly, in the words of Sue Berry, the chairperson of NJCTY, she said this to me, and I think it's important that you hear it. Once an educator or teacher of the year, you are always an educator or teacher of the year. Next, I would like to introduce to you Mr. William Barnett, the teacher of music, and the students from Samuel T. Bazansky Upper Elementary School.
Good morning. We're from Bazansky Learning Community. This is a portion of our 4th and 5th grade course. We hope you enjoy the music. Maureen DeBella is our principal.
That was one of our... That was one of our favorite numbers, but we thought the theme of this program was champions. We want to sing about champions our way. Hey DJ, drop that beat.
Once again, thank you to Mr. Barnett and students for their outstanding performance. I know as a high school principal, sometimes we look at these performances. I know I had a big old smile on my face, right? Because sometimes you go through what you go through at high school, and eventually they'll be in high school, right? So. But that being said, listen, we're going to begin the presentation of the awards. But before we begin, I'm going to call up two of our students that are going to help call out the names of all of the honorees. So I'm going to call up seniors Naomi Israel and Eugene Sandell. Eugene is actually helping out right now, multi-purpose. So just a little bit about Naomi and Eugene. So they are both seniors. As you could see that they both performed in the choir. They were the lead this year in our school musical, Beauty and the Beast. And really, one of the reasons we selected them was because of their ability to read off a script really well. If they mess up a name, they'll just continue to go on. So we practiced. We were practicing for like 2 days, and they were like, how do you say this name? I said, listen, do your best. Don't stop. So don't get mad at them if they mess up your name just a little bit. But they practice really well, all right? Eugene will be attending St. Olaf College in Minnesota, where he'll be studying music education in the fall. And Naomi will be attending New York University in the fall, where she'll be majoring in theater. All right, so that being said, I believe they're going to be calling up the schools, and we'll pass the microphone off to the two. Oh, here you go. Got it.
Welcome, everyone. Again, I would like to apologize right now for all the names I will probably mess up. But without further ado, starting with Bordentown Regional School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Edward Forsthofer. But we have a representative, Jim Limper, representing for him. From the Clara Barton School, we have Emily Kane, who's a grade 2 special education teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Bordentown Regional Middle School, Terrence Degnon, paraprofessional, grades 6 to 8, Educational Services Professional of the Year, or ESP.
From Clara Barton School, Courtney Finn, speech therapist, ESP of the Year.
From Peter Mutual Elementary School, Chelsea Kerr, speech and language specialist, ESP of the Year.
From McFarland Intermediate School, Julie McCall, grade 4 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Bordentown Regional High School, Diana McNeil, school psychologist, ESP of the Year.
From Peter Mushal Elementary School, Lori Monaghan, kindergarten teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Bordentown Regional Middle School, Chris O'Leary, grade 7 language arts teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From McFarland Intermediate School, Mike Priano, school psychologist, ESP of the Year.
From Bordentown Regional High School, Michelle Quigley, special education teacher, Teacher of the Year.
And from Burlington City School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Patricia T. Delati. From Elias Boudinot Elementary School, Kelly Babula, kindergarten teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Wilbur Watts Intermediate School, Renee Bond, school nurse, ESP of the Year.
From Elias Boudinot Elementary School, Natalie Ebner, K-5 educational assistant, ESP of the Year.
From Burlington City High School, Daniel Golizeski, math teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From From Samuel Smith School, Cynthia King, Preschool Educational Assistant, ESP of the Year.
From Wilbur Watts Intermediate School, Diana LaBrose, Grade 3 Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
And from Samuel Smith School, Amanda Markser, Preschool Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From the Burlington County Institute of Technology, Superintendent Dr. Christopher Nagy, we have BCIT West Hampton, Colleen Callaghan, grades 9 through 12 math teacher, Teacher of the Year.
And from BCIT Medford, Diane Dinavelli, School Psychologist, ESP of the Year.
From the BCIT Medford campus, Trey Jaworski, Career Technical Instructor, Teacher of the Year.
From BCIT West Hampton, Vicki Malsbury, Media Specialist for grades 9 to 12, ESP of the Year.
From the Burlington County Special Services School District with Superintendent Dr. Christopher Nagy, Burlington County Special Services West Hampton, Jennifer Bergman, Speech Therapist from Middle School, ESP of the Year.
And from the Burlington County Special Services West Hampton, Matthew Denian, Teacher of the Handicapped, Teacher of the Year.
Burlington County Special Services West Hampton, Maureen Graven Eels, Preschool Teacher of the Handicapped, Teacher of the Year.
And also from the Burlington County Special Services West Hampton, Deborah Kowalski, Elementary Teacher of the Handicapped, Teacher of the Year.
Burlington County Special Services West Hampton, Jennifer Nizio, Occupational Therapist, ESP of the Year.
And also from Burlington County Special Services West Hampton, Kathleen Nizio, Occupational Therapist, ESP of the Year.
From Burlington County Special Services Lumberton, Jay Rabinowitz, Social Worker, ESP of the Year. I am so sorry.
From Burlington County Special Services West Hampton, Lori Sammons, Teacher of the Handicapped, Teacher of the Year.
From Burlington County Special Services Lumberton, Barbara Yanushek, Teacher of the Handicapped, Teacher of the Year.
Now moving on to Burlington Township School District, where the superintendent is Miss Mary Ann Bell. From Burlington Township Middle School at Springside, Kimberly Baker, Behavior Specialist, ESP of the Year.
Fountain Woods Elementary School, Leah Catalico Yago, Special Education Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From B. Bernice Young School, Sarah Cox, Behavior Therapist, ESP of the Year.
From Fountain Woods Elementary School, Tina Dietrich, School Counselor, ESP of the Year.
From Burlington Township Middle School at Springside, Elizabeth Grande, Special Education Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From B. Bernice Young School, Sherry Guzik-Lazinski, Kindergarten Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Burlington Township High School, Alicia Hayes, School Counselor, ESP of the Year.
Also from Burlington Township High School, Kim Lamontier, History Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
And for the Cinnaminson Township School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Stephen Capello. From Eleanor Rush Intermediate School, Thomas Angelone, grade 4 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From the New Albany Elementary School, Abby Fike, grade 2 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Cinnaminson Middle School, Jennifer Nigro, grade 6 to 8 science teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Cinnaminson High School, Megan Schweitzer, grades 9 through 12 social studies teacher, Teacher of the Year.
And from Delran Township School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Brian Bushel. Delran High School, Brian Brzezowski, special education teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Delran Intermediate School, Gian Chio, paraprofessional, ESP of the Year.
From Delran Intermediate School, Kara Davis, grade 4 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Delran Middle School, Aaron Gupta, music teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Delran Township School District, Michelle Kerper, Board Certified Behavior Analyst, ESP of the Year.
From Millbridge Elementary School, April Wallace, special education teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Edgewater Park School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Roy Rizazowski. Samuel M. Ridgeway Middle School, Michael Melvin, grade 8 science and math teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Magawan Elementary School, Scott Reed, music teacher, Teacher of the Year.
And from Florence Township School District, with Superintendent Ms. Donna Ambrosius, from Roebling Elementary School, Sarah Giardinelli, grade 3 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Florence Township Memorial High School, Lynn Hughes, grades 10 to 12 English teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Florence Riverfront School, Jennifer Smith, grade 4 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Florence Township Memorial High School, Amy Stemhagen, grades 9 through 12 ESL teacher, ESP of the Year.
And Lenape School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Carol Birnbaum. From Cherokee High School South, Suzanne Berner, English 1 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Seneca High School, Dusty Carroll, science teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Sequoia Alternative Program, Craig Comerford, Social Studies and Service Learning Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Cherokee High School North, Melanie Forney, School Counselor, ESP of the Year.
From Shawnee High School, Mark Rome, Special Education Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Seneca High School, Amy Romanecki, Media Specialist, ESP of the Year.
From Cherokee High School North, Nicole Snodgrass, Music Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Shawnee High School, Darren Welsh, School Counselor, ESP of the Year.
From Lenape High School, Jerry Ann Williams, Spanish Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Lenape High School, Margaret Zuno, Paraprofessional, ESP of the Year.
And from the Lumberton School District, where the superintendent is Mr. Joseph Langowski. From Lumberton Middle School, Hillary DeTulio, Reading Specialist, ESP of the Year.
From the Lumberton Middle School, Patricia Lee, Special Education Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Florence L. Walther School, Karen Lynch, Kindergarten Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Ashbrook Elementary School, Joanne Naylor, Grades 2 to 5 Music Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Bobby's Run School, Tara Sorosky, Grade 5 Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From the Mansfield Township School District, where the superintendent is Miss Tiffany Modis, we have John Hydock Elementary School, Cheryl Mastowski, Grade 2 Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Mansfield Township Elementary School, Karen Omiatek, Math Coach, ESP of the Year.
From John Hydock Elementary School, Donna Petit, One-to-One Instructional Assistant, ESP of the Year.
From Mansfield Township Elementary School, Peg Trano, Grade 4 Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From the Maple Shade Township School District, where the superintendent is Miss Beth Norcia. From Maple Shade High School, Diana Betts, School Counselor, Grades 7 to 8, ESP of the Year.
From Maud Wilkins Elementary, Danielle Cerula, Speech Therapist, ESP of the Year.
From Maple Shade High School, Christine Flynn, Grades 5 to 12, ESL Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Steinauer Elementary School, Michelle Gambino, School Counselor, Grades 5 to 6, ESP of the Year.
From the Howard Yoakum Elementary School, Carolyn Hewins, Grade 1 Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Maud Wilkins Elementary, Jamie McCree, grade 3 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Howard Yoakum Elementary School, Diane Penna, reading specialist, ESP of the Year.
And from Steinar Elementary School, Allison Russo, grade 6 math teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From the Mount Holly School District, where the superintendent is Mr. James DiDonato, we have the Mount Holly School District, Nicole Brower, District Social Worker, ESP of the Year.
From John Brainerd Elementary School, Krista Iannelli, grade 2 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Gertrude Falwell Elementary School, Louise Jones, grade 4 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From FW Holbein Middle School, Brian O'Donoghue, grade 8 math teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Gertrude Falwell Elementary School, Ellen Turo, school counselor, ESP of the Year.
And from New Hanover Township School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Richard Weiner, but attending on behalf of him is Dr. Weiner, on behalf of Dr. Weiner is Principal Mr. Scott Larkin. And from New Hanover Township School, we have Dina Thomas, grade 1 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From the Palmyra School District, the superintendent is Mr. Brian McBride, and being representing him is Mr. Mark Pease. From the Charles Street School, Renee Hoffecker, kindergarten teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Charles Street School, Deborah Lewis, paraprofessional, ESP of the Year.
From Palmyra High School, Lauren Schmidt, guidance counselor, grades 7 through 12, ESP of the Year.
Also from Palmyra High School, John Slocum, grade 7 to 8 social studies teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From our own Pemberton Township Schools, Superintendent Mr. Tony Trongone. From Isaiah Haynes Elementary School, Valerie Chapman, school nurse, ESP of the Year.
From Pemberton Township High School, Carol Clark, speech language specialist, ESP of the Year.
From Samuel T. Byzanski Elementary School, Nicole Kakuza, grade 4 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From the Alexander Dembo Elementary School, Maureen Cummings, grade 3 teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Fort Dix Elementary School, April Donovan, media specialist, ESP of the Year.
From Isaiah Haynes Elementary School, Eliza Dressel, kindergarten teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Pemberton Early Childhood Education Center, Nicole Edwards, speech language specialist, ESP of the Year.
From Joseph Stackhouse Elementary School, Sharon Gaines, academic mastery, ESP of the Year.
From Harker Wiley Elementary School, Bruce Glover, media specialist, ESP of the Year.
From Marcus Newcomb Middle School, Daniel Gargis, grade 6 language arts teacher, teacher of the year.
From Fort Dix Elementary School, Teresa Hartner, early childhood teacher, teacher of the year.
From Alexander Dunbo Elementary School, Robin Hayward, special language specialist, ESP of the year.
From the Early Childhood Education Center, Claudia Hullings, early childhood teacher, teacher of the year.
From Helen A. Fort Middle School, Heather Eikenich, school counselor, ESP of the year.
From Marcus Newcomb Middle School, Amanda Johansson, learning disabilities teacher consultant, ESP of the year.
From Joseph Stackhouse Elementary School, Tammy McCartney, grade 3 teacher, teacher of the year.
From Helen A. Fort Middle School, Melanie Nelson, special education teacher, teacher of the year.
From Howard Emmons Elementary School, Amy Oates, academic mastery, ESP of the year.
From, let me reorient myself. From Howard Emmons Elementary School, Randy Parente, special education teacher, teacher of the year.
From Harker Wiley Elementary School, Mike Pillows, grade 1 teacher, teacher of the year.
From Pemberton Township High School, Ray Quattrochi, music and instrumental teacher, teacher of the year.
And from Samuel T. Vizanski Elementary School, Dave Sullivan, Spanish teacher, ESP of the year.
From the Rancocas Valley Regional School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Chris Heelig. From the Rancocas Valley Regional High School, Dawn Flanagan, guidance counselor, ESP of the year.
Also from Rancocas Valley Regional High School, Sarah Shelley, history teacher, teacher of the year.
From the Riverside School District, Superintendent Ms. Robin Eric. Riverside High School, Lauren Downey, grade 9 English teacher, teacher of the year.
From Riverside Elementary School, Susan Eveland, grades K-2 teacher, teacher of the year.
From the Riverside Middle School, Lauren Veneziani, English teacher, teacher of the year.
And at this time, we're going to have a message from our principal here at Pemberton Township High School, Mr. Joseph.
All right, the next teacher of the year is coming from Riverton School District. I know Miss Mary Ellen Eck, the superintendent, could not be here with us today, but asked us to recognize Riverton's teacher of the year, Melissa Cray. Sadly, Miss Cray lost her battle with cancer before she could receive her award today. She was a middle school language arts teacher known for making her students better thinkers and better people. We ask that you join us for a moment of silence in her honor. Thank you.
from Chemung Township School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Christine Vespe. Take your time.
Ah, Naomi.
And from Indian Mills Memorial School, Karen Davies, grade 5 language arts teacher, teacher of the year.
From the Chemung Township School District, Christian Gatewood, computer specialist, ESP of the year.
From Indian Mills School, Susan Woodend, Spanish teacher, teacher of the year.
The Southampton Township School District with Superintendent Mr. Michael Harris. From school number 2, Haley Del Rossi, grade 3 teacher, teacher of the year.
From school number 1, Nola Tosti, kindergarten teacher, teacher of the year.
From school number 3, Gary Winkleman, grade 7 science teacher, teacher of the year.
From Tabernacle Township School District, where the superintendent is Mr. Glenn Robbins. From Olson Middle School, Rhonda Cutts, PERC teacher, teacher of the year.
Tabernacle Elementary School, Stacy Erlinger, reading specialist, ESP of the year.
From Olson Middle School, Julianne Toon, teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing, ESP of the year.
From Tabernacle Elementary School, James Worrell, teacher of students with multiple disabilities, teacher of the year.
From West Hampton Township School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Anthony Petruzzelli, but represented today by Miss Jennifer Marie. From West Hampton Middle School, Julia England, math teacher, teacher of the year.
From Holly Hills Elementary School, Giannine Cressley, kindergarten teacher, ESP of the year.
And from Willingboro Township School District, where the superintendent is Dr. Ronald Taylor. From Willingboro High School, Shawnette Bright, school counselor, ESP of the year.
From the Garfield East Elementary School, Rebecca Clark, grade 2 paraprofessional, ESP of the year.
From Garfield East Elementary School, Arthur Costabone, health and physical education teacher, teacher of the year.
From the alternative school at Levitt, Ellen Friedman, grades 9 to 12 math teacher, teacher of the year.
From Twin Hills Elementary School, Nicole Gregory, grade 4 teacher, teacher of the year.
From Hawthorne Park Elementary School, Erica Hughes, special education teacher, teacher of the year.
From Memorial Middle School, Douglas Key, School Counselor, ESP of the Year.
From Twin Hills Elementary School, Terry Lucas, Grade 5 Paraprofessional, ESP of the Year.
From W.R. James Elementary School, Stephen Riggs, Grade 5 Math Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Hawthorne Park Elementary School, Katrina Serfas, Speech Therapist, ESP of the Year.
From J.C. Stewart Elementary School, Lisa Siddall, Grade 1 Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From J.C. Stewart Elementary School, Harvey Smith, School Counselor, ESP of the Year.
From Willingboro High School, Jocelyn Spiller, Grades 9 to 11, English Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
From Memorial Middle School, Monica St. John Close, Grade 8 Social Studies Teacher, Teacher of the Year.
And from W.R. James Elementary School, Faye Whitaker, Social Worker, ESP of the Year.
Congratulations to all the amazing educators and educational service professionals that are here today.
Thank you.
We're going to wait a little bit. I know we have the, I guess, the last couple of Teacher of the Year candidates getting their photos taken before we get to the close of our ceremony. I know one of the things that when we were planning it out, we wanted to be as efficient as possible, right? And we was like, all right. And so we had this time, this script, and I'm looking at the time, I'm like, we're doing really well. And then you get to a point where you say, we might be doing too well, right? So we started the ceremony in the morning with our high school students performing. We then went to elementary students. And then if you don't say, that have that all moment at the end, you're not an educator, right? So at the end, you got to say all when you see the kids who come out and perform. But we're waiting on a couple. We got some people out here that's coming in. I want them to get the whole effect of the moment. And part of the efficiency, the seating. So you notice that you had your names there, assigned seats. If you think about the first day of school, it's at assigned seating, right? So we did that purposely. So you should say all right here at this moment. All right, that's the all moment. So we're having our students with Ms. Hullings. These are our students from the Pemberton Early Childhood Education Center right next door. Ms. Hulling is actually the Teacher of the Year, and Ms. Miller from the Pemberton Early Childhood. They're going to be having our 3- and 4-year-olds perform for you to close the ceremony. Yeah, I heard the awes. The awes is good. So we'll wait for, I guess, Willenboro's out, and then we'll be ready to go. You can see the looks on their eyes, like, where are we at? What are we doing? Once again, let's give a hand of applause for the graduating class of 2033 and 2034. And I start counting, thinking, all right, will I be the principal here in 2033, 2034? And the answer is yes, 15 years. All right, at this time, to kind of close our ceremony, we're going to bring up Darrell J. Vincent, Burlington County Interim Executive County Superintendent.
Good morning, everyone. Hard act to follow, truly. That was great. Wasn't that wonderful? Just a few closing remarks. On behalf of the New Jersey Department of Education and Acting Commissioner Dr. Lamont Repillette, I want to sincerely thank you for all that you do. It is truly a blessing to have you as teachers and education support professionals. Teachers, counselors, child study team members, teachers' aides, and support staff, you are all critical pieces that comprise a larger puzzle. When paired with parents, neighbors, and communities, we all work in tandem to shape great students who will later become productive citizens. At the department, we also feel as though we are an integral piece of the puzzle as well, because we help to shape educational policy, ensure that educators are prepared to teach our students, and also provide ongoing guidance to every public school within the state. As an example, county superintendents, we regularly meet at least once a month or so, sort of a PLC, in manner of speaking. And we discuss best practices both in New Jersey and nationally. And we find that the very best schools are those that use the talents of every team member. For a principal cannot do it without talented professionals by his or her side. Which means, in order to achieve success, every teaching professional, paraprofessional, and support staff is needed to buy into the mission and strategies of the school in which they are assigned. That is essential. So as I look around the auditorium today and think about all my travels throughout Burlington County, this is what I'm truly observing schools that are incorporating the talents of their team members. The school personnel I see in Burlington County are smart, caring, dedicated, and committed to their students. You take your roles very seriously and have insight into what happens in the classroom, as well as a direct line to parents and an active voice with administrators in your schools, true team members. With that said, I also challenge you to contribute to your school in an engaging way. Continue to be engaged. Realize your power and influence that you truly have as a voice. It is the only way we can truly make substantive, lasting change. Because a caring teacher or education support professional can make all the difference. Now, before we conclude for the day, as a personal example of the power of teachers, I want to share a personal story of mine. So travel with me for a moment. And the year is 1977, little Darrell. In the city of Trenton, New Jersey. I was 6 years old, just entering what appeared to be the largest building in the world, Cadwalder Elementary School on West End Avenue. Looking like $1 million, new school clothes. I remember distinctly being scared as I entered the school for the very first time, thinking all those common thoughts as a child would. Would they like me? Would I have friends? Would I be smart enough? Would anyone sit with me at lunch? Were my sneakers cool enough? I distinctly remember the deep, booming voice of the principal, Mr. Hodges, the seemingly 10-foot-tall man, as he ushered the students in the morning. I immediately wanted to run back home to my mother, back to kindergarten. Why do I need school? However, it was a smile and the welcoming words of Mrs. Sapp, my first grade teacher. True story. She changed it all. Mrs. Sapp not only managed to help me make it through day one of first grade, but her warmth ensured that I looked forward to coming to school each and every day. I wanted to do my best for Mrs. Sapp. I practiced my reading at home, so when called upon, I was the best reader in the classroom. My penmanship was pristine, and I wanted to be the straightest person in line as we walked to lunch. It was not only about how smart Mrs. Sapp was or what she knew about teaching and learning, it's how she made me feel. That'd be better. That could be anything I wanted to be. The power and influence of a great teacher can mean all the world to a little boy. So I personally want to thank all of the Mrs. Sapps who are here in the room today. Thank you. Teachers and education support professionals are critical as we continue to refine how we deliver education in Burlington County and the state of New Jersey. But as I said before, you're just a piece of the puzzle. It takes each of us to play our role to complete the picture. So, in closing, congratulations on being named a top educator in your district. Thank you again. Should I just miss everybody? All right, thank you.
All right, that being said, listen, we thank you for coming, and once again, I'm gonna kind of urge you to continue to pursue excellence one child at a time. Have a great afternoon and a great rest of the school year. Thank you. Okay, you are dismissed. I guess.